Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling. 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 BoxingVoice.com.
4 division world champion Mikey Garcia.
Young boy's like fucking 39, 40 years old.
2 division world champion Jesse Vargas.
Honestly, well, who hasn't fought?
Guerrero v. Guerrero is a great fight.
Francis hasn't been fighting anything.
In an all-action Mexican fight, I think he's going to light up the fans in Texas and also live on the zone. Brilliant fighters and a fight that can only go one way, which is one of pure excitement.
Hasn't been active. Anybody will tell you that.
You know, it's not going to be an easy fight. I don't think it's an easy fight. I don't take easy fights. In fact, there were fights that I turned down because I felt they were too easy. I want to have a challenge. I want to have something that can really push me, that can really motivate me and excite me. And Jesse Vargas does that. I'm going to bounce back. I'm going to show everybody that there's much more that I'm accomplished, a lot more to deliver. I want to keep growing that legacy. I want to keep giving the fans fights to remember.
Ain't no other sight in the game can see the boxing boys.
What up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Saturday morning edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, joined alongside absolutely no one, Solo Dolo, Scarface, no Manolo. You already know we're here to discuss the fight that will be taking place Tuesday, Stephen Fulton versus Naoya Inoue. And there seems to be some big trouble in Little China, huh? Because it seems that Stephen Fulton and his team are now threatening to pull out of the fight due to alleged casting of the hands of Inoue. So we're going to go ahead and play the audio and video just so that, you know, you're all up to speed and know exactly what's going on with the situation. This really won't be a long show as this is a super duper hardcore topic. We did get some, traction on this particular fight and you guys wanting us to cover more of it. So here we are. This is breaking news. Obviously, we are on a huge time difference. So we're waking up to this. And I'll just bring it back and start it from the top.
In previous fights, Inoue and his team has wrapped his hands with excessive amount of tape on his skin, then placing gauze and more tape, which creates a cast.
というのも前回の試合では自分たちにとってあまり納得のいってない結果にもなり、自分たちにとってはこの試合こそしっかりとクリーンに行っていきたいと思っています。
This is not an assumption, I have proof. We could also wrap our hands in the same fashion, but then again, where is the level of safety for the fighters?
そしてこの試合そのものが選手たちのレベル、そして選手たちの質を下げることのないように祈ります。
If this issue isn't resolved, I would not.
Now, I do want to credit Fight Hype because as you can see, these are like Instagram Lives, two different versions of Instagram Live being pieced together. So you got to credit Fight Hype for doing the work for us. Had we not been awake, had we not been, following whatever particular men they have gotten this feed from, we wouldn't know about it. So salute to them to put it in out. Salute to According to Boxing that also, has a very good Twitter following and push this information out there as well.
I let my fighter into the ring.
そしてこのような問題がまだまだ起こるようでしたら選手たちがリングに上がる意味はなくなってくると思います。
We are already behind enemy lines. We have made no request, nothing at all. We have not even asked for a rematch. This is the only request that I'm demanding.
ということで自分の今、発している
Let's stop it there because that was some information we didn't know. So Fulton, the 2-belt champion, the champion giving the, undisputed champion an opportunity to move up for greatness. He doesn't have a rematch clause. I wonder if Inoue has a rematch clause since he's bringing all the money.
いるものがしっかりと耳に届き、そして、改善されることを、ここで、しっかりと発言しておきたいと思います。
I would like for the hand wraps to be wrapped in a safely manner, not with tape on the hands or on the skin. The gauze go on the hands, and then the tape goes on the hands. Thank you very much for your time. Japan is an amazing country. I really appreciate you guys for all your hard work that you have been doing, and thank you very much.
Now, in my poll, I asked you guys, do you believe that this is mind games? Is it mind games or is Team Fulton serious, right? We got a poll going. It says, does Team Stephen Fulton make accusations of the alleged casting on Inoue's hands? It's mind games. Casting is real. Be careful. It's serious. They may pull out. It's nervous energy. So 25% believe it's Stephen Fulton and his team playing mind games. 48%, which is almost half of the voting public, believe that the casting is a real thing, and Fulton and his team need to be careful. 5% believe it's a serious matter and Fulton may pull out. And 21% of the public believe it's just nervous energy on Team Fulton's part. So I do want to show something else here, because I get why people are saying it's mind games. If you go here, right when the trainer says, I'm not going to let my fighter fight, watch Fulton's face. And I'll just make this bigger.
Into the ring.
You heard that? All right, let's go back. Watch Fulton's reaction to what his trainer said.
If this issue isn't resolved, I will not let my fighter into the ring.
You see that? If this issue isn't resolved, I will not let my fighter into the ring. Now look at the screenshot I stopped on. Look at Fulton's eyebrows. Watch his mannerism. That's just the first, what we Dominicans and Latinos call moriquetas. That's just the first facial expression, which is the literal translation for moriquetas. That's just the first one that he does. Keep looking.
そしてこのような問題がまだまだ起こるようでしたら、選手たちがリングに上がる意味はなくなってくると思います。
Look at all those laughs. And like, his trainer hasn't said anything else after saying, I will not let him fight. Fulton is just like, what? Yeah, okay. You bugging. This $5 million. I'm fighting if that boy got bricks, houses, iron fist. It ain't gonna matter. It's $5 million, and these weight classes just don't make that. Now look at the big smile on his face. Yeah, maybe he was part of the bringing it up and getting it, bring it out, letting people know what's going on. But as far as cancellation, I highly doubt Fulton is gonna cancel based on all these laughs, giggles, and facial expressions that he made after hearing his trainer say that he won't let his fighter fight. So when you make a vote, keep that in mind. I hope that you did watch the video. I hope that you did see what's out there so that you know exactly, what's going on. And that's why we wanted to show you, because it does open up the thought process of possibility this being mind games, just fucking with Inoue, ruffling his feathers, making some accusations that are gonna stick regardless, right? Like everybody's thinking about it, talking about it now. So, they're gonna be watching Inoue wrap his hands. I mean, the job is done. The trainer did his job. This is the exact same thing that took Margarito off his game. Once he got caught, he couldn't fight the same. And I mean that same night. Once they made him rewrap his gloves, Margarito wasn't Margarito. So yeah, that's what we're talking about. If you're interested in calling in, then you know the number to call. We also have Discord available, Twitter Spaces available if you want to talk. Looks like we got a long distance number here. Who's this on the check-in?
Can you hear me?
Yes. What's your name, brother?
Hey, can you hear me, boss?
Yes. What's your name?
My name is Daryl. Hey, I just wanted to say I literally took off Tuesday from work, and I'm blessed to do so, just to watch that fight. But if there's anything going on with the hand wraps, or if it's a Margarito type of scenario, I won't be mad if the fight is canceled, just on the err on the side of safety. If that isn't resolved, but and that's all I have to say. But thanks, Ness.
Thank you. Salute to you, man. God bless that you are able to take off the day just to watch a fight, man. That is credit to your hard work, and obviously whatever profession you're in. So celebrate that, my friend. Celebrate that. Not a lot of us can do it. Enjoy the fight if it does go forward. We hope that it does. Again, this is probably just Team Fulton bringing awareness and wanting to ruffle the feathers. Yeah, I never said it was Margarito's situation. Margarito had plaster of Paris, but I said it's like the Margarito situation because you're off your game once you get caught, once there's attention brought to it, once you have to rewrap your hands in a different manner that you're not used to. That's what I'm saying that happened with Margarito. Once Naseem Richardson caught him, he didn't perform the same. May that be because of the hand wraps? Could that be because of subconsciously he knew he didn't have the hand wraps? Huang in Houston, what up?
Yo, I think it might be like some mind game stuff. Because I don't know if you remember when Hopkins fought with Tito. When he fought Trinidad, he had him do a rewrap. And I remember, man, Hopkins beat the shit out of him that fight.
Yo, funny thing you say Hopkins, right? Let's just piece it together. You say Hopkins. I say Naseem caught Margarito. You say Stephen Fulton teams from Philly. Is this just a Philly thing? Is this just mind games?
That's what I was, that's exactly how I was thinking. I was like, maybe this is some mind game shit because fuck Tito. I had my money on Tito, like 20 years ago. And I was like, Steve Smoger, you're doing too much. But then after I saw the fight again on VHS, right, because we had recorded it. And I was like, nah, it was just like, it looked like Tito just was like thrown off. And I really believe that it's a mind game thing.
I'm with you, man, because I feel like Fulton didn't know all the details of what his trainer was going to say based off his body language. He smiled. He was surprised. He laughed it off as to say, yeah, all right. That's how I'm interpreting it. This is my opinion. I interpreted his body language, his mannerisms as, yeah, all right, I'm fighting whether you want me to fight or not.
Yeah. All right, man. That's just my opinion, man. Y'all have a good morning, man.
All right. I'm going to say one thing about that situation from yesterday, and I'm going to leave that alone because I'm the little guy, evidently, So throw me under the bus, right? But I see Coach Kenny doing a lot of interviews and saying, hell no, and all that. Like if I don't have his text, as if I didn't read his text verbatim. Tank has a big fan base. So if you say something that isn't favorable to Tank, you become a hater. Coach Kenny confirmed that the Chris Colbert fight, and I quote, isn't concrete. If it's not concrete, that means that there was some conversations about it. His second part of the text was, it's not concrete, but why not? The top guys don't want to fight Tank. Somehow, I made shit up. The dudes that have been doing this for 13 years made shit up. The dude that got Coach Kenny's text made shit up. The dude that read it verbatim made shit up. Is what they're trying to do on the internet. I'm not even going to feed into it. I'm going to let Coach say whatever he want because we know we got the text, man. So it is what it is. I get it. Chris Colbert isn't a popular opponent. So when people say, oh, Tank fighting Chris Colbert, you getting tired of defending why Tank could possibly be fighting Chris Colbert, because that's something that I repeated over and over. This isn't official. He said it's not concrete. But I get it. You know, when a pound-for-pound fighter who punches holes through walls decides to fight a dude that can't punch, or as at least in conversations, is at least been offered, is at least talking and thinking about fighting a guy like Chris Colbert, yeah, the world is going to get, upset because Colbert doesn't have the power to fend off Tank Davis. But Team Davis is the one that told me it's not concrete, but why not if the top guys don't want to fight Tank? And that's what we reported. That's what we said over and over. If other people twisted that, to make videos and help their channels grow or to ruin my relationship with Coach Kenny and Coach Calvin, then that's what it is. And if anyone chooses to believe that, then that's also your prerogative. But I know, what I said, and I know what I was sent via text. Quan, what up?
Yo, what up, Ness?
Chilling.
Man, what's up, man? I just woke up and seen this too, but I'm thinking like, it ain't no way he gonna pull out. He didn't travel all the way down there to Japan, put in all that hard work in, and he getting a good payday, like you said, for that weight class, for them lower weights. That's a good payday. So I doubt he'll pull out. I think it could be like a little tactic move. They know that fight going on, but I heard something about like in the comments, someone said him and Donier both had their hands wrapped like that, but they said that Donier was the one that requested it. So I just wonder, is it any truth to that?
Yeah, I mean, the unfortunate thing is that Donaire is on the West Coast. His trainer manager, Rachel, is also on the West. So, it's only 6:43 over there right now. So I don't know if they up. But we do have our producer, Brandon, is trying to reach out to Rachel just to confirm whether or not, that is true, that they requested the same style of hand wrapping. But that's what it is. I mean, what's that phrase? I think it's like a French phrase. It's like, or whatever. We'll go with the American one. Can't beat them, join them. So maybe Nonito's like, fuck it. Fuck it. If they allow that here, well, let me get it too. Because sometimes that's how people feel like, oh, well, it's an open playing field because you get to do it too. It's not cheating because you could do it too. That's how people look at certain things, man.
It's so funny because the last time I recall this is like literally the last time I called, I was talking about that Wilder stuff when in the third fight he had said something about Fury gloves, and it was like the horse leather gloves, something like that. And Wilder said, "Forget it, I'm gonna just wear it too." It's like at the end of the day, if it's legal, it's legal. So just, I mean, I hope they safety is okay, but I think the fight gonna go down. So I don't think people should like make a big deal out of it. If it bring attention to the fight, then that's good. Can't go wrong with that. But yeah, that's my call.
Yeah, man. It is bringing attention to the fight for sure. A little scandal never hurt nothing. People follow negativity more than they do positivity. Like, we got an American unified champion took a fight in a foreign country without a rematch, and obviously he's not being talked about. You know, it's not getting the attention that it deserves. It took some negativity to wake people up. Art, what up?
Yo,
What's good?
what's good, Ness? I watched the video. It's another video too with Coach Wahid. He's talking about he basically said that him and Fulton talked about it before the press conference, and Fulton didn't want him to talk about it. But you know what I'm saying? That's what coaches do. That's what coaches are supposed to do. Like,
Well,
I
that
play
that
football.
explains Fulton's facial expression for sure. Then,
Yeah, but that's what a coach is supposed to do though. That's like any sport. Like coach always say, let me talk to the ref or let me talk to, you know what I'm saying, the official, stuff like that. But I think it's more so mind games and it could be a little bit of what was the other option that you put? I forgot.
I mean, it's serious for sure. I put serious.
Yeah.
Casting is
Yeah.
real. Be
Yeah,
careful. It's mind games. It's serious. They may pull out, and it's just nervous energy.
I think it's serious, and I think it's mind games as well. Because this is the same thing, like with Trinidad and B Hop. And you remember, B Hop, Turner's eight. Think Wahid. I think all them come from the same, you know what I'm saying, coaching tree. You feel me?
That's what I
That what happened
said.
with Tito.
I said B Hop, did this. Nazim Richardson did this, who used to train B Hop and Shane Mosley. And Fulton is from fucking Philly. I mean, it could be a Philly thing. They probably, big on teaching they trainers how to hand rap in the proper ways to hand rap, and they take pride in that maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But Tito did actually have to rewrap his hands because in New York, stacking is illegal, but I think it's legal in Vegas. Well, back then it was. But the way Tito's getting his hand wraps back then, they called it stacking. But it was illegal in New York. But it wasn't like Margaret. That shit illegal everywhere, universal. But stacking was illegal in New York, but it was illegal in other places. So they actually made Tito have to rewrap his hands during that ordeal. But I think it's more so mind games. You know what I'm saying? Just to bring attention, just to bring attention to another part of the fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's another one of those things where it's like it might not be fair, but now if it's not fair, everybody gonna be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Everybody will see it's some bullshit besides one person saying it's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's my call.
All right. Since we're talking this fight, I do want to share their face-off because Fulton looks so much bigger than Inoue. It's insane to me. And I know size don't win fights, man. But damn, this kid's moving up 2 divisions. It could be a Rigo Vasil Lomachenko thing. I mean, look at that side by side. I mean, obviously Fulton has very oversized clothes, so you can't see the thickness of them. And, he might have, I don't know, those shoes look like they're pretty big. I don't know if those are like those expensive shoes that have those thick fucking soles, that make these guys taller. I don't know. But he looks certainly bigger than Inoue in this face-off that we're screen sharing right here on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice, where I hope you've already subscribed and clicked the notification bell. As you can see, we're live on a Saturday morning, which isn't part of the schedule, but I just love what I do. I got King Amin in Essex. What up? Is this not Amin?
Yo,
908?
Ness, what's good? Yo, this is Jay. This is Jay. What's good, man?
Shit, my bad. Jay, what it do?
Nah, it's good. It's good. It's Jersey brothers. Always getting confused. But yeah, man. First of all, I think it's definitely something serious, casting as far as protecting the fighters. So Coach Wally did the right thing, kind of bringing this to everyone's attention, especially because the fight wasn't getting attention alone, right? Like you said. So that's 2 things there. Another thing, man, I gotta address it. As far as the whole video yesterday, Man, I've been following the channel for about 7 years easily, and you never put up clickbait ever. Like that's why I've been following this channel. So the fact that people trying to call you out in regards to like just fuck up relationships and things like that. I mean, you do that enough on your own, talking shit when you just speaking real.
Word.
And some fighters is just sensitive. You know what I mean? So for them to say, and then at the end of the day, I watched that video on Mill City, and Kenny never denied the fact that he talked to you, and never really denied what you said. So that's why I was like, yo, what is it?
Because let me tell you, what they doing is they changing my words, and I don't mean Kenny, and I don't mean the Roz. I'm saying people changing my words, trying to say Ness from the Boxing Voice saying you said Cobra is next. So his response is, hell no. You understand? He ain't saying, he ain't questioning, is that what I said verbatim? But it's okay because that's what the internet does. Everybody want to make I don't live off clickbait. I mean, like you said, you've been following me 7 years. I don't do that. It's not my thing. You know what I mean? I rarely post fighters' Instagram videos on my YouTube. You see every other boxing channel, any piece of content they can get from a fighter, they'll take it from his Instagram, they'll upload. I just like talking boxing. You feel me? I'm happy that God bless me, that people care to hear what I got to say. I don't do none of that shit they be doing. That's why they mad. That's why they trying to slander me.
Man.
That's why they trying to slander me. I don't do none of that shit.
All right, man. Salute to you and Danny. Keep doing your thing, man.
For sure.
I'm a supporter, champ level, so let's keep it going.
For sure. Now, again, I've been doing this shit for 13 years. Like, y'all acting like I don't have a relationship with Chris. Y'all acting like I don't got a relationship with Arliano Sosa. I mean, what the fuck is we talking about? You feel me? Y'all acting like I didn't only talk to Coach Kenny. Again, the heat is hot. And you getting burnt. So fuck out of here. But you said what you said. And other people with knowledge of the situation said what they said, which means that shit is real. Whether they taking it, whether they doing it, is real. You feel me? It's real. Like, Eddie, you can say whatever they want. I ain't pull that shit out my ass. But again, they don't get that all news is good news. You feel me? Talk about the kid. Treese in Toledo.
Yo. What up, though? I don't know what the fuck going on about no politics or nothing. I just had toned down. I missed the beginning of this shit. I'm assuming people trying to soil your name or some shit. I don't like that neither. I'm fucking with your show. You ain't never led me astray on your show, so I'm fucking with you. That's all. I'm standing by you or whatever is going on. But I just wanted to call in. You feel me? I feel like the shit is I ain't gonna hold you with this Fulton shit. I feel like the fight gonna happen. And I ain't gonna hold like I had caught in before. I feel like this is shenanigans was bound to happen. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, I'm not surprised. It's like whatever. I'm sure Fulton not surprised. I mean, I'm sure my nigga was prepared for some type of fuckery. You feel me? Traveling over there. So it's just this shit is just politics and shit like that. I would assume that the fight's still gonna go on. You feel me? There's too much money involved for it not to go on. So shit, it is what it is. Like I say, he was going to Japan. He knew it was gonna be bullshit in the game. That's just how it was gonna go. So shit, just tough that out. But hey, Ness, I just wanted to call in real quick. Shout out to my nigga Albert Bell. You feel me? We got a fight August 11th. You feel me? In Atlanta, Georgia, man. You know what the fuck going on the zone. It's right away. What there's overtime boxing. You hip to this here?
Yeah, it's funny, man. It's funny, man. Like, I put y'all on overtime. I literally interviewed the CEO like 4 months ago, bro. Like, it's crazy. And now all of a sudden overtime is popping in everybody's eyes. Y'all don't pay attention. But it is what it is.
I ain't say I ain't saying it's popping. I'm just saying. I just want to.
It's popping. It's popping. It's popping right now. Everybody posting about it. You know, they made this dope little video talking about we looking for the next Floyd Mayweather. It's really content driven to a younger generation. Albert Bell obviously just getting lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's not supposed to be established fighters. So, you know, I guess they want to make sure they got an entire show because they're going to have some no-name dudes, you know what I'm saying? As they said, they're looking for the next Floyd Mayweather.
That's what I figured. And I figure it's a way for my nigga to build his profile. That's what I'm saying. I'm asking about it because I want to know if it's something legit for, like, if this is going to be a legit way for my nigga to build his profile.
It's legit. Okay. It's going to be a 4-fight deal on the zone. It'll be 4 straight weeks in a row starting August. The first week of August, and then it ends in the last week of August. It's only a 4-fight deal that you know, Overtime Boxing has with the zone. It can grow, obviously. Overtime is big in basketball and college sports and stuff like that. They make people go viral. Exactly. They make people go viral. So they trying to get into the boxing space, and they believe that the same thing they doing in other sports, they can replicate in boxing without you having to be a known name. So I'm excited to see that because that's essentially they're building profiles for people. And the bigger your profile, the better, you know, the fights you get and the more active you are. I got Decatur, Georgia zone, lids low.
TBV, good morning, man.
What up?
Man, everything kosher, bro. Shout out to Overtime and shout out to Adrian who got a fighter that's gonna be on that card. And when he come down to Atlanta, I already told him I was gonna link up with him. You know what I'm saying? Go support his dude and whatnot. As far as this Inoue, huh? So a lot of things popping out. First, he didn't want to do the testing. Now he got the rap situation. Man. I know it's cliche to say you got to watch yourself when you cross them water, bro, but it looking like he got to watch himself while he cross them water. That's 2 situations, deep situations, and if that could have got by, you know what I'm saying, no telling what could have cracked out. But, hey, man, salute to Fulton. Huh?
I just want to play devil's advocate here because those are 2 situations with no factual basis. 2 accusations.
Okay.
We haven't got any facts. There's no pictures of Inoue's hands illegally wrapped, and there's not, and he certainly hasn't had any issues with any other commissions that's on record. And the PD accusations about him, you know, faking an injury to not do VADA, pushing the date back. I mean, I don't, you know. Are we now that's just so fucking movie right there. Like, I mean, we've never said someone else got an injury, you know, conveniently to cover up or to give themselves time to cycle off. I mean, I don't know. The accusations on this guy are wild, which is crazy, right? Because I don't remember anybody saying he did anything until he was about to fight Stephen Fulton.
Right. Yeah, I dig that. I don't know. I'm just saying, bro, for the shit to come out, well, I hope the fight going on, obviously. I just hope he get over there, get the W, coming on, bring it on back home, man. But shout out to everybody, man. Stay up. I'm out there. Next week, 29th, man. I'll be there Saturday. Y'all stay up, man.
So hopefully we can get Rachel Donaire on, but again, it is very early on the West where she is at, so that might not be happening. Shout out to Rachel. She did call me yesterday, but for the appreciation night, not for anything else. Which we did confirm Bill Haney is going to be in the building for our TBV appreciation night. This is our 4th appreciation night. It was supposed to be an annual thing, and obviously, you know, life happens, and you know, we were doing so much, and we just got away from this, right? We stopped that on our 3rd, and then we really Border Wars took off. We did 13 Border Wars, so you know, we're coming back to something that we love, something that brings not only our listeners and the audience together, but it puts them in the same place with their favorite fighters. So we got Bill Haney confirmed. He's coming. Undisputed champ Alicia Baumgartner will be coming. Sean Porter obviously is coming, two-time champ. Keyshawn Davis Silver Melodist, he's coming. Mariciela Cornejo off the back of that Clarissa Shields fight, she's coming through. You got Phoenix, Arizona's own Two-Tone, the influencer. We're going to be presenting him with an award for the work he does. We got Coach Prentice Brewer coming through, one of the youngest in charge. Hakeem Rockman Jr., son of a legend, coming through. Coach Bernie, part of that Team Crawford camp, coming through. Tiger Johnson, up and coming through. Adrian Clark, the manager of Earl Spence. So right before the big night, we get this guy in there. He coming through. Rachel Donaire, right before her big night with her husband on Saturday night, she's coming through. Marquise Taylor off that big win, he's coming through. Feel me? We got Kenny Sims, your regular champ. He coming through at 140. Coach Kenny Porter, one-time trainer of the year, he's coming through. Coach Kevin Cunningham, he's coming through. World-renowned trainer, obviously. Akin Barak from the Sweet Sciences, they are both coming through. Heavyweight Brandon Moore is coming through. Shushu Carrington just confirmed this morning. He like, yo, what up? I'm coming through. Put me down. I'm like, oh, all right. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to only get crazier. Like every day I'm waking up to more and more tickets. So don't be left out. Obviously, we had a 200 capacity for this one. But, you know, as these guests get confirmed, these tickets go faster. Don't wait, you know, because look, Bill's coming. We already had Devin partially confirmed. So that's another thing. Let me show you that. This is another reason. Like, I know I shouldn't be saying this, but like, this is another reason, right? Because like, if you go to, let me do it this way first. If you go to Devin's story, he even posted that his dad's coming through. So come on, man. You know he gonna come through. I hope he do. I hope he do. Let me see. Oh, he posted Sugar Ray Leonard. What's this? He had the horse races. And then, oh yeah, shout out to Dev, yo. Shout out to Dev. I could have been dreaming, but it's true. Boop. He posted that his dad's coming through. You know what I'm saying? And posted the boxing voice. Shout out to Dev, man. You the champ. But yeah, so that man mean he might come through too. I mean, again, he did let us know that he has other engagements, but that, you know, he is trying to make it. He just doesn't want to give us a confirmation in case he can't make it, and then, you know, we look bad. But I feel like he's coming, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we going to be there from 6 to 12 a.m., right? 6 p.m., doors open. We up there all night, 6 hours, food, drinks, everything is included. You know, Mauricio's another one. I'm pretty sure he's coming too, you know. I've been talking to him throughout his whole vacation, and now he's back and working, and I talked to them again, and, you know, they let me know the only thing he has is a fight. Obviously, who was fighting that night for the belt? Somebody's fighting the night before. Obviously Earl's defending his belt, but I think there's also a fight on Friday on a Top Rank card with a WBC that he might have to show up to. Normally they got other WBC reps. Hopefully Nancy Rodriguez is in the building and they could free my man Suleiman up so he could come to an appreciation night a second time. But yeah, we have a great relationship. I do believe that, you know, he will also come through. I even had Julius Jackson hit me up this morning. Like, yo, I'm going to be in the building. So I hit him back like, what you mean? You mean you're going to be in the actual fight, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm supposed to be getting tickets from PBC. But I see y'all got an event. I'm like, yeah, that's sold out though. But we got this going on Friday. He like, oh, send me the link. So Maybe you even get Julius Jackson in the building. You feel me? Who we got? This Nebraska. Is this Trey? I'm gonna remember that one day, Trey. Where we at? Actually, let me check some Discord out. Okay, nobody there. So in the 404. Oh, so that's Atlanta. Yeah. I'm over here thinking that's Nebraska. That is John Doe, ATL North. What up, champ?
Ness, what up?
Chilling.
Hey, man, I got a few things I wanted to speak on. I haven't been on in a while, man. I wanted to speak on, I'm a little disappointed in the independent media's coverage. We got Scooter all the way out in Japan representing the states, representing the brothers and all that, and he just hasn't gotten much coverage at all, much love at all. I know y'all spoke about him on the betting show yesterday, so on and so forth. But this is a huge fight, and everybody knows it, man. I'm just a little disappointed. Not like I say, independent media in general. I haven't seen them too much anywhere on the internet in the past few weeks. I got a couple of theories I want to throw out there. I don't think we're gonna see Ryan Garcia for a while, man. Probably like year and a half, 2 years or something like that. He just got that big payday. He got the whole thing going on in court, and I think he said before that he wasn't a full-fledged boxer, like he wasn't fully committed to boxing. So this seems like a recipe for him to.
I mean, you know, Derek announced that he's fighting in October, right?
Nah, I didn't know that. Is he really?
Yeah, that's what Derek announced.
I didn't know that.
And Ryan has been out in the media at least in the last 72 hours saying that he gonna fight Rolly. And Rolly's also on record on Boxing Scene saying he got to get through O'Hara Davis, quote unquote, bitch ass, and then Ryan's next. So, yeah. And if you watch the Ariel Helwani interview with Oscar De La Hoya, De La Hoya said, Helwani asked him, and I'm paraphrasing, he asked him something like, are you going to let him buy himself out, or is this going to end in a situation where they go their separate ways? And he made it clear no. He made it clear no, that, you know, he only wants Ryan to, you know, play out of his contract, live out, you know, whatever he signed to, he want him to continue to do, you know. And I think that, and I know Oscar could be lying, but he also made it seem like Ryan also doesn't want to leave, just wants certain things. And it's probably he just wants fucking respect on social media. You know, Oscar calls him baby and all these types of things on social media. So I don't know. But it doesn't seem like Oscar's just going to let him walk away, according to that
who's the
interview.
Fight? Is he fighting on Golden Boy in October? Like, aren't they tied up in court?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, he's going to fight. Even if he's tied up in court, we all know he got something going on with the zone. You know what I mean? Like, I see him fighting in October. We'll see, though. We got, what, 5 months? 3 months. We got 3 months. 3 months to see what happens.
Okay, my last little piece was piggybacking off of the Ryan thing, because Colbert said he was really just boxing for the money, and I just saw this whole Tank thing. If he gets the fight, is him cashing out. You know what I'm saying? Not to say he's gonna get the type of money that Ryan did, but it's gonna be a good opportunity for him to make a bunch of money and possibly sell off. So I don't know. We'll see. Those are my thoughts, man. But yeah, appreciate you taking the call, man.
Nah, for sure. I mean, we all know I got a soft spot for Colbert. We all know I got a relationship with him. But the truth is that before the loss, he was talking spicy. You know what I mean? Before the loss, he was telling people he wanted Tank. He was calling out Gary Russell, being disrespectful to Gary Russell. Before the loss, he fought a bunch of undefeated fighters that most fighters with 18 fights, they don't have that. Like Scooter has that, right? Before Scooter got his title shot, he had like 4 or 5 undefeated fighters on his scalp, and people gave him love for that. But Chris did that, and people trying to play him. They're not trying to see his greatness. But I think Donaire did hit me, and by Donaire I mean Rachel, because I see that the producer's trying to get her on for this matter. And she said give her a second, so she's not ready yet. But I'm going to keep the lines moving. Looks like we got North Carolina. Who's this in the 843? Burrow City. Nope. That is Burrow City. Burrow City. What up, champ? Champ.
Yep.
What up? What up?
Yeah, what's good, man? What's good? Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, like, I can't, ain't no flat out proof. They ain't, it ain't been nothing, ain't been nothing too crazy came out, but I can't lie, the old saying where there's smoke, there's fire. And it's crazy that, like, we ain't heard this. We just had a few fights back to back to back to back. We ain't heard nothing about casting and or guys trying to get a heads up and know when the drug test gonna take place. I ain't saying it's true, so you can't have too strong a reaction for it. But that's something heads up to keep an eye on anyway, to make sure, you playing the game by the rules. Like, you gotta keep your eyes on motherfuckers like that. We shouldn't even be hearing stuff like this close to the fight. Like, it's already who do you know get a no rematch clause fighting for 2 belts at one time? Like, I mean, I know it probably happened before, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like Inoue already getting a lot of concessions in his and go his way, and he really don't deserve it. Like, what I mean? In my opinion, he ain't a champ. The concessions to me should always be reserved for the champ. That way we don't ever have a problem with this A-side shit like Tank, even though he is the cash cow. But I mean, all the bullshit aside, I really don't even see this fight being that close, man. I really think Fulton about to wash this boy, man. I think he about to wash him, embarrass him. I think he a little too flat-footed and non-athletic than Stephen Fulton is. Then he talking about he don't really watch tape on him. This is the biggest fight of your life, and you not watching a unified champion that's at the heaviest weight class you ain't ever been in. I mean, it might be confidence, it might be overconfidence, but we about to find out. And I like to piggyback off what my man said. I feel like it do feel like Fulton should have had, in a way, Fulton should have had a little bit more coverage. It feel like, I don't know, man. If it just feel like you don't got that feel to it, like this is a big, big fight. I won't call it Spence and Earl level or Ryan and Tank level, but I mean, it feels like it should be right there with them, depending because of who's fighting, and it don't seem like it's getting that kind of coverage. But you get your flowers once you're all said and done. And where you got if Fulton beat anyway? Where you got Fulton on your pound for pound list? That's gonna be the question.
I mean, he just gonna be on there, man. That list's so subjective to me. It don't matter, the order, man. People debate and argue about the order all the time, and there's no rhyme or reason, like, to me, if you undispute, you deserve to be on the list. Now they're trying to water that down. You got guys on the list that never even moved up a division. I mean, pound for pound is such a subjective list. I've been watching boxing for a long time. There was a point where pound for pound meant, how would this fighter face against this fighter, regardless of weight? That's what pound for pound was. Being pound for pound meant you move through divisions like Pacquiao, like Mayweather. You move through divisions, showing your pound for pound greatness. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a subjective list. People put people on there for nothing. Like Earl's pound for pound. And he's never undisputed, you know? He's been on the pound for pound list for years for just unifying. And I get it. Maybe the welterweight division could be considered, I guess, in some eyes, like the heavyweight division, where there's like, it's not only lucrative, but there's also the best or the most dangerous, should I say, right? Because in the welterweights, you usually have the best, but then at the heavyweights, there's usually the most danger. But yeah, man. Phone lines are open. We are trying to give Rachel. Oh, there she goes. I was about to say we're trying to give Rachel some time before I wrap it up, but she is on the linea. Miss Donaire, how are you?
What's up? What's going on?
Good morning.
Can
Good
you hear me?
morning. Yeah, we hear you.
Morning.
We just wanted to get
Okay.
your knowledge of the situation with Nonito. There's a lot of Twitter and internet speculation that this particular situation happened to Nonito in the past when he went to fight the monster, and that, you know, you guys had an issue with quote unquote casting. And if you can give us any knowledge that you have of what casting is, did anything similar to what's going on with Stephen Fulton? Is that similar to what your husband went through? And yeah, and you could just educate us on this casting situation in general.
Well, I didn't, like I didn't super fully watch the like the entire video of the press conference that Fulton's camp was talking about it. But that was something that we had heard about after Inoue too. And listen, let me preface this with, at the end of the day, like, Fulton's team is going to protect their fighter, right? Like whatever they're seeing, then they're gonna do whatever they can to protect Fulton and protect his belt and have it as much as an even like playing field, and I'm using air quotes, that they can. So I mean, people keep asking me, well, would you have done that? And et cetera, et cetera. Like, listen, you have to do what you have to do for your fighter. Like, at the end of the day, when we fought Inoue the first time, right? Both of Nonito's gloves were, how do I say this? They weren't fightable, I guess you could say. The inside of the glove was opened on both pairs of Nonito's gloves. That's why he had to fight in winnings the first time. They were Inoue's throwaway pair. The second time, then that's where, I had to come after Inoue because during the glove selection, they presented 2 unwrapped gloves to commission. The gloves weren't sealed. And we argued back and forth for probably a good 20, 30 minutes about the glove selection because he came in with unsealed gloves. So I don't know if Fulton was watching that, because that one particularly was live. I was live when the glove selection was going on our channel. As far as the skin on tape and how much tape he put, we didn't see that till after we were supposed to wrap at 2 different times. Nonito was supposed to go earlier. That was agreed upon. But they started, and we were supposed to be notified. Like in all the fights Nonito's had, we tell the other camp, they tell us. We send over Basil, and they send over whoever the hell they want, right? But this time they wrapped before they started already wrapping before we were even notified. And so Basil was still wrapping Nonito's hands. By the time Jelena got there, she wasn't. They already were on gauze.
So we gave our audience a few options. Do you think? And one of those options were mind games. Is this mind games, or do you think that Team Inoue, you gotta watch them, or they'll get away with whatever you allow them to get away with?
I mean, like I'll say this. When people ask me about my prediction, I'm leaning towards Inoue because it's in Japan. I think that, of course, they're going to, do whatever's comfortable with them, and and as a fighter, yes, you want every possible advantage there is. Now, is he actively doing something like that? I wouldn't say that. I don't know him, so I can't say he is or not. But I was getting hit by a bunch of people this morning. Like, did you, I think, what did they say? Did you allow it? Or they're saying that we requested the raps to be like that. Like, that's the dumbest thing, number one. Number two, who would have talked to me? Because as it is, look at glove selection. I didn't talk to Inoue. I didn't talk to his promoter. There was a translator. That translator was not in our locker room. So unless you had that translator in our locker room, who would have they okayed it from? I don't speak Japanese. I don't understand Japanese. So the only other person is James Michael Basil. He's our cutman. I just got off the phone with him and I asked him specifically, did you request that they wrap their hands like that? He said no. I was like, did they tell you they were going to have wrap their hands like that? He said no. He's like, and he literally said they do what they want. They didn't ask us anything. Like it said, they wrapped before their scheduled time. Because I specifically remember that.
So
I was like, what do you mean they're wrapping already?
But to your knowledge, was it considered casting, whatever he had on his hands at the time that he fought your husband?
I'm not going to speak on that. I would rather, one of like the guys who rap,
like a Basil who knows the rapping techniques, let us know.
Basil, Stitch. Yeah, I can't speak on that. I'm not going
No
to
worries,
pretend that that's my knowledge in the game.
What about Team Fulton threatening to pull out the fight if Nonito, oh my God. If Inoue and his team proceed to use that casting technique, which, he said tape over the hand, then gauze, where he wants gauze on the hand, then tape. Do you believe they'll pull out?
I think so.
Really?
Well, I mean, it's
a lot of money, Rich.
If Fulton team believes that that's going to make or break who wins this fight, then I think that they will. I mean, the fact that they even said it at the press conference, right, is a huge thing to make it known that if there's a problem in the locker room, like you know why right now. Like it's being said. I mean, one of the things that Basil did say to me on the phone just now, he said that he's like, dude, you should have seen his reps. His reps were thick. He's like, I didn't know. I was like, oh, you're gonna have problems getting your hand in that glove, and he was having problems getting his hand in that glove. He said it was super thick. So,
when you pick Inoue in this fight, are you picking him by knockout or decision?
I'm picking. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I didn't even pick it that way. I'm just picked
saying
it
because
just
the way you
based
said
on where it was.
Exactly. The way you said it was based on location. So does that mean that he needs that? Because normally he doesn't. So it sounds like you think it'll go to decision.
Well, just because of the fact that well, first of all, we all don't know if the power is going to equate moving up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second, I think Fulton is a really slick boxer style. I don't think that's what he is. That's how he fights, right? And that type of style is harder for Inoue to catch. As long as Fulton doesn't fight him against the ropes and doesn't try to go into a firefight, like mano a mano, let's see who punches harder type thing, then it's almost like a Devin Haney Cambosos in Australia, right? You have to be very convincing, rack up the points, not get hit, and just keep moving. I don't think Fulton has to go in for the knockout, but he has to be very convincing in his boxing that there's no question about that. So like, you have to remember every time that Inoue punches, like the entire crowd goes. First of all, the entire crowd is quiet. Then they go ooh, right? So it kind of adds to the weird dramatic of when he punches over there.
No, absolutely. Because they said that there's not any crowd noise, right? Is it gonna be similar to like Mike Tyson and Jesus, James Buster Douglas?
Pretty much, yeah. You can hear a pin drop.
Wow.
I mean, if you watched even when I was telling Nonito to box, right? When he got hit in the first round, I'm like, box. I'm like, get your feet underneath you. You could hear me. It's almost like you're in a COVID bubble. Remember when all the fighters were fighting in COVID bubbles and you could hear the corners?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that the entire fight.
Wow.
It's so quiet. It's like no one's there.
So to be clear, if Nonito was in this very situation and they proceeded to cast his Inoue's hands, you would pull your husband out of this fight with the monster if he was in Fulton's shoes.
For me, I wouldn't say I would pull him.
Oh.
At the end of the day, I leave like that type of decision. I mean, even the decision to move Nonito to the fight next weekend, right? Was Nonito's decision. We sat down as a team, we talked about it, but it's the fighter's decision at the end of the day. Now, whether Nonito would go over there and check it is a different story. But ultimately, knowing my husband's mentality, he'll just say, screw it, like, keep going. But for damn sure, I'm going to fight for him until he makes that decision, until I can't make that decision anymore, until my back is against the wall and they're like, hey, tough crap, right? For example, in the first one, 5 minutes before Nonito was supposed to walk out, Commission, who has had representatives in our locker room the entire time, started yelling about his leggings 5 minutes before we're supposed to walk out. And of course they're yelling in Japanese and we're like, what? And so the interpreter comes in and they're saying, sorry, I went to go run to get the interpreter. And then I was like, hey, I need your help. They go all the way to the locker room. I'm like, they're telling Nonito he has to take off his tights. They're pointing to his tights. And so they go back and forth with me for about a good 5 minutes. Nonito's jumping in the corner of the locker room trying to focus. And I'm screaming at them. I'm like, your commission has been in this locker room the entire time Nonito dressed, from underwear all the way up to taping the laces up, taping his gloves up. And now you want him to take everything off, to take off the leggings. And at that point, Nonito walked right up to the commission and he's like, take off my gloves. I'm not fighting anymore. And they're like, what? And they're like, take off my gloves. He's like, if you want me to take off my damn gloves, take off my shoes, take off my trunks, take off my groin protector, all to take off the leggings that you saw me put on.
Fuck.
I'm not going out there. So it really depends on what Nonito you get. Because at that point in time, if they were to have Nonito take everything off, he said, forget it, I'm not walking out. You cancel the fight. I'm done.
Wow. That's crazy. Well, Rach,
So.
I do appreciate, I know it's so early over there.
Yeah, and it's summer. The kids are. I only usually come on your channel this early when I'm bringing the kids to school.
I know.
But it's
So
fine.
we do appreciate it because you obviously having all the knowledge of the situation. Not this particular situation, but obviously, going through something similar, fighting also Inoue. We appreciate you coming on. And obviously look forward to seeing you Friday. Wishing you the best of luck, obviously, on Saturday with Nonito in his fight.
Thank you. And let me just say, at the end of the day, the reason we didn't even, look into it or contest it or anything like that after the fight, the fight, happened the way it did. It wouldn't have changed that. And Nonito is one of those people that if he lost a fight, he's not going to come up with, well, they did this to me and they did that and this is what happened. It happened. It wouldn't have changed that Nonito took a good punch, timed correctly, and the correct placement. So that being said, like, I think at the end of the day, like, it's really, like, I'm really hoping that everything's just going to be, everyone's happy on how each other raps, each other's gloves, whatever. And we see the best man win.
Absolutely. Rach, appreciate you. Please give out your social media and Nonitos for anybody crazy enough not to be following you guys.
So on YouTube, we're on Beyond the Ring with Nonito and Rachel. On Instagram, Rachel Donaire, on Nonito Donaire. And on Twitter, it's Filipino Flash and knockout_queen. So I'll see you next Friday if I don't see you sooner, Ness.
All right. Absolutely. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yep. No worries. Talk to you later.
I got General Camino.
Thank you, TBV. Thank you, Ness. Thank you, Rachel. I love the clarity. I mean, what's going on, Ness? That was a great call we just heard.
Chilling. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. I don't even really know what to say. I mean, Fulton's got more than a fight over there. I mean, if what she's saying is true, I mean, man, they asked Donaire to take off his tights 5 minutes before he walking out for a fight. Yeah, I mean,
Mind games at its finest, man. Mind games at its finest.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is a quality episode, man. I'm gonna take back everything I was saying earlier this week about how the fight wasn't getting covered properly. You doing your due diligence, man. My apologies. Thank you for the information.
I haven't really done anything, but it's funny you bring that up because you gotta understand. We talked about it in the beginning. It's just like something provocative is gonna get more traction than the normal. It's just how it look. Like, no disrespect, but Ebony Bridges got a title shot in 4 fights. And then got another title shot after that title shot. So it's like, if you move the needle, you move the needle. And sometimes, what's negative is what moves the needle. You see, people wasn't talking about this until PD scandal talk. Now it's glove scandal talk. It's crazy, man. That's how society works, unfortunately.
And we still have no clear evidence that,
none of
that
it.
type of stacking.
None of
it.
Exactly.
Everything
is accusations. The PEDs, and so is this.
But what I will say is that call provided a lot of clarity into what Fulton could encounter over there. Because
for sure.
those clearly aren't illegal things, but it's the mind games, like you said, man. Mm-hmm. That could throw him off before he even stepped foot in the ring. So I mean, like I said before, man, great call, great interview. I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm looking forward to the fights. If you ain't subscribed to the betting show, sign up for that, man. There's some good content on that. Let's win some money, man.
For sure. Yeah, I think we should be good this week too, man.
Yeah, you got.
Ooh, my bad, champ. You had finished, so I didn't know. Yeah, but I think we should be good with the picks we made. Hopefully everything goes the way that it should. Yo, I stay screen sharing my screen, right? Fucking hell. Drew Titan, you're not blocked, but get a new screen name. You dudes are weird. Like, impersonating grown men. We got BT Young Ben.
Yo, Nez, what's going on?
What up?
Hey, want to piggyback off the last caller. This is a very good call, a lot of information. Ms. Donaire really brought some good information, because my thing is, I don't want to say Fulton's trainer would just make that up. You know what I mean? If he truly feels that casting is taking place, because that's a big accusation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's cheating at this point. You know what I'm saying? So, and it is his obligation to protect his guy no matter what. And for him to say, oh, we will pull out of the fight, I feel like he feels pretty strongly about it. You know what I mean? Because like you said, it's money on the line right here. You're across the waters. It's a big opportunity. So, but once again, like you said, evidence needs to be in place also. But there is, when there's a language barrier also, I want to point this out. When there's a language barrier, it's tough to get your point across. Like, I watched the clip where he was explaining how he felt and everything, but it's like the translators, we don't know what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't know what they're saying, but how he expressed it, it was very eloquent. He was very composed. There was no emotion. So I'm inclined to, give it some value. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I do hope the fight goes on. And I do got Fulton pulling it out just because he's such a great boxer on every level. So I know that he's tested and he's ready. So I do want to, last thing, I do want to talk about what something the other caller said maybe 3 calls ago. And he was saying how independent media hasn't covered it. And, it's tough to, get the proper media when the fighter is in Japan. You can't really get interviews. You can't, go face to face. And at the same time, an even bigger fight is happening, Saturday. So it's like people have really made plans for that, Errol and Bud. So it's just kind of in a tough spot. But we're having a conversation about it right now, and it's this is part of promotion. So I do think people will watch it, and like I said, my support going out to Fulton. Come back with the belts. But that's my call. Shout out TBV. Keep doing y'all thing.
All right. Yeah, I get it. People like, yo, what's wrong? What's wrong, Nez? I'm just, I was watching a playback about how much I screen shared. God damn, I always forget that. Nino.
Yo, Nash, you can hear me?
Perfect.
Yeah, man, I just got in here. I caught the end of Rachel interview. She ain't say nothing too crazy, I'm guessing, right?
Well, she said, what her and her husband went through with the commissions.
I just heard something about some leggings. That's all I heard.
Yeah, they wanted him to take off his leggings right before the fight. So they also gave him gloves that were unusable. She said that they were cut up on the inside or something like that.
Yeah, I don't like that. But like I said, man, the fight like 2-3 days away. Some shit. It's on Tuesday morning. But I'm glad everybody's starting to talk about it. It's like you said, bro. It's really in a negative light. Me and the homies was talking about, like, really, I ain't never heard people talk about Inoue this much in my life till the last couple days. Like, even when he was fighting, I ain't hear people talk about Inoue this much. But it seemed like everybody lawyers now and defending him and all that. It's just, I don't see why people are up in arms about it, to be real. Like, if his trainer got a problem with the hand wraps, I don't see why he can't talk about it. Like, he is trainer. So I don't really get the big deal, bro. I just think people is just too overly emotionally invested into the shit. That's just how I feel about it. I think, like, if people was like, oh, Tank hand wraps is illegal or whatever, I wouldn't be sending people paragraphs or arguing about it online. So I don't know, bro. People just a little weird to me. So that's how I feel about it. And like I said about the fight, dog, I'm going Fulton UD easy. I think it's gonna be like an 8-4 showing, maybe 9-3. I think he's just too big for the boy. Pause. But I'm just ready for the fight, man. If Inoue win, I ain't gonna be like, oh, his hands was wrapped up or he was on some juice or something and Fulton had some bad gloves or some shit. Man, the better man gonna win, dog. I just think it's all negative talk before the fight, but it's bringing the attention to the fight. Like I said, I ain't heard nobody talk about Inoue this much in my life till that PED allegation or whatever came up. Then the glove stuff happened, I think yesterday or today, whenever that was. So, like I said, bro, it's good for the, well, not good for the sport, but it's good. It's bringing attention to him, and I hope it's a good showing over there. I hope Fulton bring them belts back, and that's pretty much all I got on this, man. As long as they don't pull no funny business with Cool Boy, and it's cool. I ain't like how Cool Boy was looking a little funny when his trainer was saying that he wouldn't fight or whatever. He was like, "Nigga, relax. I'm going to get my check."
I said that shit, man. I showed the footage too. I showed his face, like, bro.
That nigga was like, boy, if you don't shut your ass up, nigga. But yeah, man, that's all I got, man. I ain't gonna take up too much time. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button, dog. I'm gone.
Bruh, I said the same exact thing, man. I screen shared that shit. Yo, his eyebrows went up. My man shook his head. He laughed it off. Like, bruh, what the fuck are you talking about? And I get him because it's like, where else are you getting that type of money in that division? Let's be real. Like, you got that's why I asked Rachel, like, you would have pulled him, and look what she said. Look, if it was no need though, she gonna let him make that decision because that's a lot of motherfucking money. What up,
What's up, man?
Charles?
Man, shout out to Nino, man. Nino always give a fucking solid call, man. Shout out to Nino Ness, man. You need to think about putting Nino in that rookie of the year, man. But just to piggyback off what he's saying, like, I saw the same thing in Cool Boy's face. And the thing about it is this. I feel like when I just my opinion, when I seen Cool Boy take this fight, and I believe he's gonna outclass this guy. Everybody gets fucking excited about a little guy that can punch, but I feel like Cool Boy, and people gotta know this. When you go over to Japan or some shit like that, like it's gonna be some bullshit going on. Like it's something something that they gonna probably try to do, or any situation they gonna try to pull, you know. And I think Rachel kind of alluded to that, like if they can get away with it, they can get away with it. But the fact of the matter is, and I'm kind of like you, Ness, I'm not really excited about this Inoue dude. And when I saw that, I guess that was the press conference. You brought it up, Ness. I was like, God damn, look how big Fulton is over this kid. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even think it's a big deal about the hand wraps because if you can't fucking hit somebody, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think this kid, yeah, he's a puncher, and I'm talking about Inoue. I don't think he's gonna be able to hit Stephen Fulton. And then when I seen how much bigger Fulton is, I'm like, it might be a 9-3. You know, and the fact that Fulton is the better boxer, but I just don't. I'm like you, Ness. The other episode, you was like, man, I'm not buying into it. You know what I'm saying about this kid, Fulton. I mean, anyway, I'm not buying it. And I think Fulton took this fight because he knows I think it's gonna be, and I think he believes it's gonna be a walk in the park because he's just too slick of a fighter, and he's fucking huge. I didn't know he was that much bigger than him, man. Like I know the dude is coming up 2 weight classes, but when I saw it today, I was like, wow. So he's a better boxer, and he's bigger. And I know the kid is a puncher, but I don't even think it matters, man. I shout out to his trainer for pointing it out because you're supposed to protect your fighter. But yeah, I'm like, I feel Stephen Fulton like I don't give a fuck what he do. He's not fucking up his bag. I'ma watch this kid. So I'm kind of like you, Ness, in the sense that I'm not buying anyway, and I expect him to try to do some bullshit. But I just think this fight it's gonna be a wash. I think that's why Fulton took the fight because Fulton knows that if Figueroa couldn't beat Fulton. And now you got a kid coming up 2 weight classes down. Yeah, he undisputed. Yeah, he's a puncher, and we always get excited about
Oh, Charles, you're going down the wrong route because there are people that thought Figueroa did beat Fulton. There are people that wanted the rematch.
But in my opinion, Fulton won that boxing match. I feel what you're saying, but I don't think Figueroa won.
All right, but so Figueroa also doesn't have the power of Inoue, allegedly, right? Like if Inoue's power continues, which is what we find out on Tuesday, and what most people believe that his power will carry, then Figueroa and Inoue cannot be compared because Figueroa don't box in the manner that Inoue. The Figueroa, he's more brawl than he is boxer.
Yeah, but Ness, this kid's got to come up 2 weight classes. And I just don't believe
Canelo came up 2 weight classes, man. Didn't Ray Leonard go up 2 weight classes or Duran? I mean, Roy went up 2 weight classes. I'm talking about people that actually won.
Ness, those are world-class fighters.
Oh my God, Charles, that is your time, but listen to what you're saying. The dude is a multi-division champion. He's on the pound-for-pound list. You saying that those dudes could do it because they were world-class? You calling Inoue not world-class? It just don't make sense. What the fuck? we gotta let him do it. Gardner, I'm scared the shit out of me. Gardner over here gardening and shit. What up, Elohim James? Elohim James. Gotta unmute, champ. Gotta unmute. All right. You having an issue, so you might want to jump out, jump back in. I'm going to go to my landline, 1425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Looks like we got Jordan in New York.
I'll be back. Hold up.
Jordan? I don't know. All right. Well, we're going to Baltimore. Who's in Baltimore? Looks like Space Man in Baltimore.
I need it. How you guys doing?
All good. What up, champ?
What's up, man? First of all, Rachel, man, she is a blessing, man. She's easily the best boxing wife that I can think of. It's amazing there aren't more boxing wives like her.
But I mean, she's a manager trainer though.
Oh, I forgot about that.
She actually won. She actually won Trainer of the Year belt too.
I can see it, but she doesn't talk like a manager. Would you agree with that? She talks like a person, like a human being. That's why I like her. My main reason I'm calling, what you said the fight is it's Tuesday, right?
Yes, 25th.
What time?
I will have to look it up, but it's going to be on ESPN. Give me a sec. And I'm not going to have the exact ring walk because they're going to give me the time the cards start showing on ESPN.
I saw 4:30 in the morning.
Probably. Sounds about right.
That's why I was scared. 4:30 in the morning. Jeez. So my main thing is, I'll make it short and sweet.
I mean, you could always watch it on a playback. Remember, ESPN Plus, the app, is on demand. Once that fight is over, you should be able to watch it.
I mean, we can watch it. You know, there's ways to rewatch it. There's plenty of ways to rewatch it. But it's just 4:30 in the morning is wild. That's still wild. On a Tuesday. Whoa.
But that's what I'm saying. It says coverage kicks off at 4:30. So I'm assuming by the time Inoue get in the ring, it's not going to be 4:30. It's going to be like more like 8.
6.
I think more 8 in the morning Eastern. Ooh. I feel like it's almost 3 hours of undercards. It's always like that. Like, I don't know who's on this undercard. I mean, Robisi's fighting, so hell yeah. You got Robisi. I have no clue who Sakama? Yeah, I have no clue who these guys are. They're going to be locked in, though.
Yeah, but
oh shit. Yo, that was a great educated guess. Micah Coppinger just tweeted, ring walks for Stephen Fulton and Inoue are expected around 8 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday on ESPN Plus. Robisi Ramirez title defense around 6:30. So yeah, man, I was right. About 8 o'clock in the morning for y'all.
Look at you, man. Look at you. Living off experience. Mm-hmm. Look at you. All right. My main thing is real quick. After this fight is over and after the big fight, Terrence Crawford, is over, the boxing media has a very, very bad habit of asking what's next. immediately after the fight.
I mean,
can we
'cause-
just appreciate these fights?
I mean,
Hello? Go ahead.
it's easier to say than do, truth be said, bro, because it's like a lot of these times y'all fighting the guys we don't want you to fight. So we certainly looking at what's next. And then even if you fought the guy we want you to fight, it's like there's always someone else there. Like that's what Floyd said. It don't matter who they build up, because once you beat them, they're gonna build up the next guy. That's just the woes of being a champ. You know what I'm saying? You the king, and everybody comes at the king. You know, you either want to sit on the throne or you don't. You feel me? So you can't say don't ask what's next when you got a fucking public that's paying to see you fight. Yeah, that's why we want to know what's next. I'm always gonna want to know what's next. Shit, that's my favorite show. What's next? He beat Crawford. What's next? Is he gonna go fight Canelo? You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna move up?
Here.
What up?
Okay. You can hear me, Ness?
Finally.
I know, right? My bad. Had some phone issues, man. Good morning to you, family.
Buenos dias.
Hey, yeah. Hey, that news you just got is exclusive, bruh. What Donaire just dropped on you, man? Like that, I'm highly disappointed, bro. Highly disappointed, man. Like, if that's real, they should have been said something, man. That should have been in the news. That should have been in the outlets.
I mean,
that should have been in the boxing world.
She been said that.
She did?
I feel like she told me about the gloves when I'm was with them in Acapulco and for the WBC convention. That that's old. Remember, they been fought a new way.
Right, all right. I get it. I mean, but still, like, I don't remember nothing being spoke of about no bad gloves and casting and then him having to take off his socks at the last minute, bro.
Well, not
like,
socks. She said
on?
leggings. You know he wears tights under his pants, shorts all the time.
Yeah, and the copper fit joints. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he didn't have to take them off. They wanted him to take them off. Well, he had to, but he threatened.
Nah,
they
wanted him
to
take them off. Yeah.
I'm just saying we want to word it the way she did, so that
For sure. That's exclusive news, though, bro. Like, and this whole fight has been fishy anyway. Like, the promotion for it in the beginning was fire. When it was first initially supposed to happen. Then it gets pushed back. Then it gets pushed back to a Tuesday on the same week as Errol Spence and Bud. Like, it's just real fishy stuff going on, man. And now hearing that information, bro, I'm highly disappointed, man. Because where there's smoke, there's fire. And that's, you know what I mean? We can't keep letting these cheats just slide by, bro. We can't. Tyson Fury, he's a cheat. I don't care what nobody talking about. You see why he on the island?
No proof.
Yeah, okay.
He got a 10 episode series on Netflix. He got a 10 episode. He got a 10 episode series on Netflix.
That's why he's stuck over there.
Canelo got a 6 month.
That's why he can't fight in America.
Canelo got a 6 month suspension for clenbuterol. Oscar Valdez.
Right.
Oscar Valdez drank some tea. Willie Monroe took some over the counter GNC. Andre Berto. We don't know, but we know he popped. Lamont Peterson pop. Conor Ben pop. Jarrell Miller pop. Alexander Povetkin pop.
Ridiculous, bro.
Evander Holyfield pop.
So you saying this is a part of the sport?
Help me.
This is a part of the sport. This is a part of the sport, right?
I mean, I'm saying until we get a governing body, that is going to govern all of boxing, which is impossible because it's a international sport. You know the amount of money. You know the amount of money and policing is going to take to check everybody, bro. It's an international sport. Like we about to get fights, or did we get? Yeah, they today from Uruguay. From Uruguay, Samson Lewickovic is all the way in his home country, transmitting fights from his home country to ProBox, who's stationed right here in Florida, to give it to everybody. Globally, so I'm saying it's impossible.
Okay, so next, like we listen. I hear you. Listen, so how we do in politics, right? We got the United Nations, right? We got NATO, right? Why can't we come up Why can't we get the commissioners and the other, presidential bodies of different countries to come together, create like a NATO type system for boxing? You feel me? Where everybody's on the same page around the world, just like you have to be in the Olympics, and we'll be good to go. The Olympics ain't letting you cheat.
You lying, man.
Come on, and that's.
Yo, do I gotta say Russia? Did you not
No,
see the whole
listen.
Olympic team? Like, what are we talking about? Everybody cheats. They
I'm
all
talking
listen.
about.
Everybody
I'm talking about
listen.
now. Right,
Everyone
that's past
cheats.
though, B.
No. Everyone is cheating. It's what you who
not
ain't getting
cool.
caught. Look
It's
at the
not
UK.
cool, bruh.
Look at the UK. They got certain drugs that you can actually
Yeah.
use before
Yeah, nose
competition.
sprays.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with
It's
you.
all about your
I'm with
commission.
you.
It's all about your governing body. That's why we need one universal commission with one set of rules. The BBC does what they want. The New York commission do what they want. The LA commission do what they want. The Vegas one do what they want. Vegas said, I'm not licensing Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Phoenix said, yo, come down the street. We need that commerce. We need that economics. We need those people.
That's crazy.
I mean, this is until you get
It's
universal
capitalism. I get it.
Until you get
I
a
get it.
universal police. You need it's at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's policing.
Yeah.
You have to police them. And you can't just police. I mean, that's why it's impossible. You gotta have motherfuckers popping up at gyms, see what's going on. Just popping up. You know what I mean? It's impossible. It's so much money. It's so much. See, with other sports, they got clubhouses. You just go to the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Everyone is training there. You understand? It's easier. This shit is scattered
But look
around
at all
the
the
fucking
clout
world.
that these fighters get. Look at all the clout and positioning that these cheaters get to when there's harder working athletes that are out here really getting it in and don't get the opportunities that these cheats do, bruh. It's not cool, man. It's not cool, bruh. These cheats get platforms, man. This dude Inoue, he's been on the pound for pound talked about by ESPN, and then he won't even come to America and fight. You over in Japan, man. Man, this is crap, bro. It's sad, man. It's sad. And I ain't letting them slide, bruh. I ain't letting them slide. You cheat, man. You ain't no good in boxing because you can already kill a ninja in the ring. Like, what are we doing?
I hear you,
What are we
Champ.
doing, man?
I hear you, Champ. But yet
Hey,
they're
make
still
sure your
testing.
man from Protect Yourselves at all times is at the joint, man.
He is. He
can holler at
is.
him too.
He is. He's
Okay.
That's the
okay.
manager, Earl Spence. He gonna be there. You talking
Word,
about
I'ma
Adrian
holler
Clark?
at him, man. Yeah, I'ma holler at him. I'ma holler at you too, Ness, man. It's on, baby.
Fats,
Yeah.
what up?
Yo.
Yo.
What's good, man? See, I knew it was something to why he keep fighting in Japan. I guess this is what they call that, the home field advantage shit, man. You feel me? Like, find out yo doing that with his gloves, man. That shit crazy, bro. I don't care, bro. Like dude was saying, like, yes, I get it though. Like, they cheat in the sport and shit. Yeah, that's true. But when you get caught, you get caught. Like, I don't give a fuck who it is. Like, I don't give a fuck how great you is. Like, that's like LeBron. If we find out LeBron did some shit that help prolong his career or whatever, that's a stain on that, man. You can't do that shit, bro. Like, even like with Tom Brady, bro was flatting balls. Like, come on, bro, spying on teams and shit. Like, that shit, it put an asterisk by your career, man. That shit, you gotta do all that. Like, bro said, like, you can already kill somebody in the ring. Like, that's like the situation with was it Margarito when he almost killed Cotto, man. Like, shit like that, bro, outside the ring, bro, you gonna get your issue on some shit like that. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, if I was in the boxing ring and I found out somebody did some shit like that to me, oh nah, bro. Like, it's deeper than boxing at that point, bro. Like, it's deeper than that. When I see you, yeah, they might have not even had me and you in the same environment, bro, because some shit finna go down. We finna have this bitch on tilt. But I got Fulton beating Inoue way, man. Bro gotta do all this. If bro gotta do all this to win and shit, he don't really believe in himself like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta wrap your hand the illegal way and all this. Like, yeah, bro, you know what I mean? You gotta do all that. You ain't as great as you advertise or whatever. But I still respect his accomplishments. He undisputed and shit like that. I don't really pay attention to them lower divisions like that. I just started like trying to do my homework on them and shit like that and Fulton too. But I'm looking forward to the fight. Probably catch it on the back end, like once they put that shit on YouTube, so because I don't know if I'm gonna be up at like 6 o'clock to watch that shit on ESPN for real. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the fight, man. Hopefully they don't do no bullshit and Fulton, you know what I mean? They watch him and shit while he rapping and shit and all that, and we can get this fight, man. It's a good fight. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, champ. Thanks for calling in. Let me see who I got next. Malcolm, what up?
Yo, you hear me?
Perfect.
What's going on? Yo, I seen this shit pop up on my news feed yesterday about the whole hand wrap situation. I mean, I don't know, like Fulton seemed surprised when his coach said that he was gonna just pull him out of the fight. You know what I'm saying? And then the whole hand wrap shit. Yeah, like seeing that, it's like Fulton, I can tell he want all the smoke, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And the whole shit about the illegal raps, from what I was reading on Twitter, was that unless somebody clarified it, was that Donaire's camp, from the fucking video they were talking about before, supposedly Donaire's camp requested for them to both wrap their hands that way or some shit.
Nah, Rachel just came on and said that's Cappy.
Oh, all right. Well, damn. So I don't know, because I know every state and in certain countries, like you remember that whole shit that happened with Trinidad with his hand wraps?
Yep, with Bernard.
Yeah, it's illegal in one state, but in the other state it was actually legal.
Exactly. It's like the
yeah,
UK.
so I don't know how
It's
they
like
do
the
that shit in
UK.
Japan.
Exactly. It's like the UK. They allow certain things right before competition.
Yeah,
we
feel
don't
me?
we
So-
don't know what the Japanese commission allows and doesn't allow. All we know is that when fighters who fought in America go over there, they got an issue with the way they doing things because we not
All
accustomed
I
to
know,
that.
this whole situation, all of a sudden the fight is getting talked about now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at least happy for that. Listen, it's like that controversy sells. You feel me?
I said that.
I'm pulling for Inoue, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I definitely bet on Fulton because that shit was like a plus 450. So it's kind of like a win-win to me. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But listen, Fulton win, I'll make some nice little money. But yeah, I think that's the best fight. I'm not gonna be able to watch the shit because it's like at 1:30. You feel me? So I'll try to listen to a play-by-play because I gotta work and shit. But that's it. I like the show, man. Shout out to you. And I never got to say it. Welcome back, yo. It wasn't the same without you here. Shout out to Danny when he was holding it down while he was on vacation.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Let me see what we got next. Nike Hendricks.
Shouts out to you, Ness, and the boxing voice.
What up?
You by this morning?
Huh?
You by yourself this morning?
You know it.
Okay, man. Shouts out to you putting in this work. So, you think they really gonna cancel the fight if they don't follow them demands?
I mean, I don't think so, based off of Fulton's facial reaction when his trainer said it.
Yeah, I seen that too. That was crazy. Fulton was like, "Whoa!" He came out of nowhere with this. For real, that was his expression. He was like, "Damn."
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, man. Hopefully they don't cancel this fight, man. It's a good ass fight, man. Like the last caller said, I really don't know too much about the lower weight division, but I ain't gonna lie, I do know about these two fighters at least. And it should. I feel like he said, they talking about it now, but it should have been had more promo. But I think it's real big over there where they fight Japan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get it wrong. It's not okay. Japan, it's real. I think it's real big over there in Japan. So, like you said, like we probably ain't getting that content or hearing about it because we over here in the States. So the little bit we do hear about might be some couple days or a couple weeks old to them. But the fight is tomorrow or
Tuesday.
It's next Tuesday. It's on the
Tuesday morning around 8 a.m. Eastern.
Ah, man, yeah, like dude said, I'm be at work. I want to watch this one. Well, but I guess I'll tune in for the Cambosis fights tonight. Who you said you like Maxie, right?
I do. I'm going with the
Yeah,
upset.
I like Maxie too, but Cambosis is a tough competitor. I can't lie about that one. But Matt, like you said, Maxie been defending the hell out that belt. What he defended like 5 times already.
I will have to check, but quite a bit, quite a bit. He's just on a win streak too from his last loss. I know people get knocked up on that. I mean, this is gonna be his biggest opposition. Obviously, Kambosos was a unified champ, but he is also coming off of 2 back-to-back losses.
Cambosis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See that, and I like that fight too, because like you said, Cambosis was a unified champ. Maxie Hughes is a world champion, even though they really don't recognize that belt like that. But it's crazy because shit, they paying sanctioning fees for it. Like
He sure
it ain't
is.
like the Ring magazine where you ain't got to pay no sanctioning fees and you got the belt. But that's crazy how they don't recognize it. Even though like I still say Devin undisputed, but I feel like if Devin would have had that belt, shit, that's a super undisputed. Like if somebody get all those belts in one division, including what is that, the IBO?
Mm-hmm.
If somebody get the WBC,
I mean, all the
WBA,
girls do that. All the
WBO,
girls do that.
oh for real?
Yeah, what girl don't got the
That,
IBO? They all got it.
that's nice right there. That's what's up. Yeah, see, I ain't know. See, yeah, the men should be trying to do that. Like, shit, if they got all 4 belts,
Well,
go for the fucking IBO.
Devin was gonna
Fuck
do
it.
that. Devin was gonna do that if he would have been able to get a voluntary. Remember, he wanted to fight Maxie Hughes for the IBO in Oakland.
Oh yeah, that would have
Ryan
been nice
Garcia,
right
Ryan
there.
Garcia sent Maxie Hughes an offer that
Yeah, I remember Maxie was on your show and he
yeah.
said he turned it down.
Yeah, and he was mad, which I don't get because he trying to blame his team, but at the end of the day, his team can't do nothing he don't want. But he the way he made it seem is like he ain't want to turn it down.
Yeah, I remember how that interview went, and you was like, "Oh, I gotta hold you accountable now, champ." Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I'm going for Fulton on that fight. I like Maxie to win, but if Cambosis win, you know what I'm saying, they just put a better notch on my favorite fighting resume, cause shit, that'll be a 2-time champ that he didn't beat. Shit, so man, it's some good fights, man, going on. I like Jared Anderson on his fight. It's a couple good fights going on, man. I want to see who. Really want to see who Keyshawn or Frank gonna fight next, cause like that's a hot division
I
right
don't know.
there, man. The
Keyshawn fight today gonna be serious. I don't know. People sleeping on this dude. After
Who
Artem,
he fight today?
some dude from Belgium, but after Artem, I'm not just going. This dude beat Lewis Riston too. He beat Lewis Riston. He also, was a European champ. You know what I mean? We'll see. I mean, I'm not saying Keyshawn not gonna win. You know what I mean? I picked Frank the last time. I'm picking Keyshawn. I just want to see how he gonna win. How he gonna win? Damn, my man said Maxie Hughes is a bum. I've been riding with Maxie for a while. I think he's turned his career around. And yeah. That being said, let me get to these super chats. Ray the Reaper, $2. He says, you can't pull out because of a hypothetical accusation. I mean, I did remember the audio. The trainer said they have proof. That's what he said. We got, who is this? Is this like Spanish or what? I'm over here. I'm lost here. That's like Dej. I'm going to go with Dej Notes. Dej Notes. Welcome to the champ level. Listen, you still got time to go and watch the playback of the betting show, and you have time to check our betting slips. There's still time to do some of those bets. But remember, you should listen to the audio or watch the video, not just copy the slip. Don't work that way. Reginald Rainey, $10 super chat. Hey, Ness, send me the link for the event. I'll be out there Friday. Champ. Let me put that in the live chat right now. Yeah, the event is going to be lit. We have, I was just doing that in the back end, you know, getting down my confirmed number of guests. Let's see here. Excuse me. Trying to give this man this link. It is now in the chat, and we have confirmed for the appreciation night 20 guests as of right now. Adrian Clark, Hassan Rahman Jr., Atkin Ak Reyes, Barack Boxing Bully Best, Keyshawn Davis, Ken Porter, Sean Porter, Kevin Cunningham, heavyweight Brandon Moore, trainer manager Rachel Donaire, who just gave us a fantastic interview right before the big fight with her husband. She'll be there Friday. Marcus Taylor coming off the big win over Yoelvis Gomez. Oh, okay, so we have less people. I just put Rachel's name twice. Fuck. And then we got Kenny Sims, WBA regular, Bill Haney, Alicia Bumgarner, the undisputed champ, Bill Haney, the coach of the undisputed champ, Tiger Johnson, up-and-coming prospect out of Ohio, Prentice Brewer, youngest coach out there, Mariciela Cornejo, coming off that fight with Clarissa Shields, Two-Tone, the superstar from Arizona, and then we got Bruce Shushu Carrington that just confirmed he's coming through from Brownsville, Brooklyn. We got Boxing Hacker, $5 super chat says, Monster is a monster cheater. Loaded gloves and ducking Olympic-style drug testing. Brother is bad for boxing. They should pull out if they continue. Arthur A., $2 super chat says, Inoue wrapping hands before other teams sees it? Thinking face emoji 3 times. Yes, that was the biggest thing that Rachel Donaire said. For that, if that went over your head, that's something that she said that was like, whoa, that, you know, by the time she went in there, you know, they already had Inoue's hands wrapped. And you know, Basil said the same thing. We got Ryan Frazier, $2 Canadian. Commission police needed in boxing. Absolutely. RNS1, $2 super chat says, are there any other boxers that use casting? I don't know. You know what I mean? That was like, this is new to me. RNS1 back with another one. He says, quotation marks, plenty of ways to rewatching it. Hashtag steal it. What? Stealing it. So he's quoting the caller that said there's plenty other ways to watch it after the playback. And, you know, my man said he translated that as stealing it. Copy goo, what it do?
What's good, champ? What's good? Good morning, afternoon, whatever it is. It's interesting, bro. Like, I mean, because technically, I mean, they're not really. I get the wrapping the hand with tape first because it's supposed to be gauze, then tape, or gauze, then layers of tape. But for him, so the accusation is the fact that he's putting tape on the skin first, then gauze, then tape again, then gauze, like he's layering it, or what? What's the accusation? Because I'm trying to understand exactly what they're saying, because he's using the material, but they're saying that the way he's using the material is creating a casting.
I'm sorry, because I was just reading a tweet by Sonny Edwards, which he says, FYI, this is illegal in Britain and many other countries. Fighters sometimes aren't aware because their country, it's not checked for.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to understand, like, because I'm just trying to understand the process behind it, because they're saying that it's illegal, but he's still using the same material, right? He's still using tape and he's still using gauze.
Well, I think it's also legal in Japan, and I think that's what the issue is. I think they allow that in Japan.
So the process of the way he's taping. So it's the tape, because the way
it's tape
I
on
was
the
reading
skin.
a couple articles.
It's tape on the skin. Then gauze, then tape. They're saying the way that it should be is gauze tape.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. Yeah, I was just trying to make that clear that it's just a process. It's not material like Margarito and Resto, when Resto was taking out fucking padding from the gloves and all that shit. That's interesting, bro, because that turns the whole narrative around. That's gonna take a lot of credibility behind from Inoue, and again that puts. Unfortunately, that's going to put a big question mark, not only on the fighter but on his, on his career, on his accolades. If they just picking up on that now, guys like Donaire, guys that those are Hall of Famers that have gotten beat by him, are now going to start questioning him. When like Margarito was knocking motherfuckers out, and they found out that he was casting his gloves. And even to this day, they really don't know that he was casting gloves. They just say that potentially he had that on, or the way he was rapping it was wrong, and that's gonna forever, hold. Or what if we would have caught it earlier? What if these? And then again, like what Mosley did, right? Mosley was the one that caught onto it, if I'm not mistaken, right? Mosley caught onto it and beat the bricks off of Margarito, right? Unless that was just him catching a dive, but. So that's what's gonna have to be seen, if and it's funny that I say that, because they're two stylistically alike fighters, right? You got the boxer Mosley for Fulton, and then you got Inoue like a Margarito. So if Fulton beats the bricks off of Inoue based off of this, because he don't got the power, it's gonna be interesting, man. That's gonna take all his accolades, and let's see what happens, bro. It's just sad to say, it's sad to hear. And people need to make it clear that this is why, the reason why he did it was because it was allowed in Japan. That's all. But it sucks.
All right. Thank you for calling in. Let's see. I think this might be Harlem World, right? Let me check that out. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. Put this episode in the eyes of other boxing fans that don't know. We are taking calls and wanting your opinion 7 days a week here on the Sport of Boxing. We talk multiple topics. We are going out to Harlem World. I was right. Damn. Don't doubt yourself, Ness.
Yeah, you know the number. You said you see that number in there all the time. You know that shit by heart by now. So, yeah, but I missed the whole Rachel interview. Did she say, like, what did she do about them having the glove wraps already wrapped up before she got in there? Did she make them rewrap it?
I kind of blanked out because I was screen sharing my screen. So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if she says she made them rewrap it, but I highly doubt it, because they didn't make them take off their pants like they originally wanted. So, man.
Oh, so
I would have to ask her though.
Eye for eye at the moment. Damn, that was really my question, because that's it's like then it's a conversation of him, like, what is it, casting, right? So it's like, how do you know if it's a casting situation, if they didn't do a rewrapping or anything, like, how do you recognize that? But if you ain't hear it, I'm gonna go back and listen to myself. All right. But put a like on the video, because I know y'all niggas in here just watching. Put a damn like. That's my call.
All right. Let me double check here. Make sure I got to everyone. If you're watching this, don't forget to smash the thumbs up. All right. And we got to everybody. So I want to thank everybody. Catch me on the next one. We'll be doing a live fight chat this evening for the fights. Arrivederci.